In an industry built on relationships, collaboration is everything. If you've ever wondered how to expand your project capabilities, this conversation is for you. Today's guest is Andrew Reisinger, co-owner of Kitchen Bath Home in Dallas. Andrew's a certified master kitchen and bath designer with NKBA, which is the National Kitchen and Bath Association, as well as a certified remodeler through NARI, the National Association of the Remodeling Industry. Andrew had the honors of being named NKBA's 30 Under 30,
Yep.
which is amazing, and a top 40 innovator with Kitchen and Bath News, so a true leader in the
Yeah.
kitchen and bath design industry. He has served as president of the local NKBA Texas North Plains chapter the past 2 years, just stepping down from that role.
Right.
And somehow in your spare time, you are teaching kitchen and bath design over at the Heritage School for Interior Design here in Dallas. So please join me in welcoming Andrew to the podcast today.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
We are so glad you're here. I have to say, I love the whole philosophy of your business.
Thank you.
Um, you have a wonderful showroom on the east side of Dallas.
Right.
And I'm assuming that people can walk in off the streets, come in and see what you guys are all about, but you really support designers.
Yeah, we very much so built our business to be whatever whomever needs. So whether that be the designers who need a dependable, reliable showroom, product, and project management support team, or whether it's homeowners coming off of the street saying, I don't really know where I need to start. So I'm just looking at the pretty things, and then we kind of help guide them through getting started and getting the ball rolling on their project. Um, it's very much a flexible model to support whatever whomever needs. It's
And you
kind of,
guys
yeah.
started with kitchen and bath, but you're
Mhm.
expanding out. You do remodels that are much larger than that.
We do.
But I think the focus on the showroom is really with cabinets, and you have some great trade partners.
Yes, we do. Yeah, our business really was catalyzed with cabinets,
Okay.
and then it morphed into, okay, well, now that we have cabinets, people are asking us, where do we get countertops? And then where do we get tile and appliances? And I really believe in walking with the client
Mm.
through the process. And so I felt bad before we were what we are now in just saying, here, go to these addresses and good luck.
Here's a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we really wanted to strive to make that process interactive and provide them with support along the way, making it okay, you can make selections, whether it's in our showroom or somebody else's. We're going to be with you every step of the way
I love it.
and support you. Again, whether you're a homeowner, whether you're a designer, whether you're both together, we're here for it.
I love it. I love it. I think what really stood out for me is how much you do support the design end of it,
Mhm.
because our firm is not a build firm. We are design only. So
Right.
to have a partner in that aspect of it and the way that you guys work is phenomenal.
No, thank you.
So before we jump into your education, because
Hmm.
we always have a little bit of alumni fun, one of the other things that I noticed upon meeting you and learning more about your business is that you have that design side. You're a designer,
Right.
but you also have that very analytical.
Yes.
You like Excel spreadsheets. It's just not something I do.
Yep.
So let's talk about, where did you go to school and what was your degree in?
Yeah. So not design and not remodeling. It was actually agriculture, leadership and development through Texas A&M University.
So gig 'em to all those
Yep,
out there.
absolutely. Gig 'em and Whoop are, my nod to the Aggies out there is our welcome email is howdy at.
Is that why it says howdy?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's howdy.
now I know.
So all the Ags out there will appreciate that.
I love that.
And, so yeah, so I studied agriculture. I thought I was going to do something totally different in a totally different place, but I basically had a summer internship that was to kill time, and it was with the company that is now Kitchen, Bath, and Home.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so the summer
You know,
internship never ended.
everybody that's listening,
Mhm.
unless they're an emerging professional for a second career, um, you got an internship outside of what your degree was
Correct.
specific to,
Yes.
and it just happened to be, was it a friend? How did you get that connection?
It was one of my in-laws
Okay.
that set it up. We thought we were moving somewhere, and so we just had the summer to kill, and it was a little bit of a handout. It was a little bit of
Yeah,
borderline nepotism that was like, "Hey, come work
we call
for
that
me."
networking.
And of course, starting on the lowest rungs, and what I realized was that I was actually really good at the merging of the aesthetic design
Mhm.
and the mathematical design. So you said I'm a very analytical person. I love that side, and I
Yeah,
think it's the often forgotten about component of design is that math, the function, the efficiency
yeah.
portion of it. So I realized I was really good at that, but then also phenomenal with people. So I'm a 100% people person, and those three just made me really excel at what ended up morphing into growing sales,
Yep.
doubling. I think I doubled our sales like 4 years in a row, which was really fun, and just grew it into something that's really neat now.
So your degree, it wasn't a business degree. What
Nope.
was your actual degree? Was it
Agriculture, leadership, and development.
leadership and
So
development?
it was a three-part.
Yeah.
Some was agriculture, so I took my farm animal classes
Yep.
and some sciences. Then I took leadership classes, and development was more that business side.
Okay.
So the development had some business components, but it wasn't
Yeah.
the finance, it wasn't the entrepreneurial classes that some traditional business majors take.
So after you realized that you really enjoyed
Hmm.
this place where you were put for an internship,
Yep.
how did you develop what you needed to do the design aspect
Hmm.
of that job?
It was very much a realization that I did not know what I needed to know.
Yep.
And so I was pretty quick to say, where can I find more education? Lifelong learner. I love class.
Mhm.
I excel at school. And so um, the National Kitchen and Bath Association was really that first place that I went to say, okay, if I'm doing kitchen and bath, let's go to the National Kitchen and
Kind of
Bath.
all in.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they had tracks to become certified, and I just took those courses quickly, effectively, efficiently. Ended up becoming the youngest NKBA certified master level kitchen bath designer.
And how old were you?
Um, well, now that you ask, I was like 26,
Yeah, like right
27.
out of, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it definitely took a few years,
Yeah.
but that was fun. And then because our business does the remodeling side, I also wanted to get the
The construction part of it.
I call it either side of the hammer,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
before the hammer and after the hammer. So
Perfect.
that's where that remodeling association certified remodeler came into play.
Okay. And how long is that program? I'm not as familiar with that one.
It is about a year.
Okay.
So I did a in-person study group, which I love. Anytime you can do classes in person,
Right.
I will always gravitate toward those.
I don't know that
Um,
people these days feel the same. They're just so used to online learning, but the
it's
connections that you get when you're,
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's huge.
it's too easy to look at your phone while you're
Yeah.
in class.
Yeah, sort of distracting.
Uh, Whereas if I'm as a teacher looking at you or a teacher's looking at
Yeah.
me, then I'm going to be a little more attentive.
And not so much more network, the networking aspect kind
Mhm.
of goes away with that,
Oh, and you
which
get
we talk
friends.
about in our industry. Like it is
Absolutely,
all about networking
absolutely.
and where you're going to take your next step and who's going to help you out around the corner.
Hmm.
So,
Completely agree.
do you have a memorable project or experience that you've just really, it either sent you in a different direction or it just pulled you in further?
So the first one that comes to mind is actually relatively negative, but it solidified my confidence,
Absolutely.
as a lot of those projects do.
Yeah, they do.
It was one of my first ones. I was more shadowing still at the time,
Mhm.
and the clients were particular, which is the nice way of saying a little difficult. And they were just with the designer that I was working with, we were just selling cabinets.
Mm.
And they were a high price tag item on their list. And so The person that I was shadowing at the time was just trying and trying and trying to get it right and was growing frustrated with them, and they were growing frustrated
Right.
with him. And so there was just one point where they said, "Okay, we're done. We're done with you.
That's a hard one.
We're not done with the cabinets," which I thought
Oh,
was
we really
interesting.
like the cabinets.
We like the cabinets, we just don't like you. And so they asked him to leave the house.
Okay.
They turned to me and they said, "Okay, your turn." So
Wow.
the client said that to me, and all right, let's
But
let's
what
let's
are you
go.
gonna do? You're gonna go. Yeah.
And so we continued to revise. We continued to nail down those very particular details. And I got to a point where I was also frustrated, but
Mm,
I ended up taking a more stern approach to say, everything that you have asked for, I have been able to deliver.
mhm.
The If you would like to continue to make changes, the price will increase.
Yeah.
If you try to decrease the price, I will increase it instead because the amount of hours that we've spent working on this,
Yeah.
and I walked out of that house with a check. So something about that just allowed me to come into my own to
Yeah.
say, I am confident with
It's the confidence.
myself, I'm confident with the product, and I'm confident speaking and asking for that sale and asking for the check. And I walked away, and I think that really is what made me go to the next level.
Okay. I love that. We talk about confidence with the students.
Hmm.
They're coming into an industry where they're taught
Maybe
very
don't ask for
specific.
a check on.
Why not?
Well, you
Hey,
could.
if you can go
You
in there with
could.
your head up,
That's true. It
and
works
you're
for me.
confident, you know what you're talking about, why not? But they're learning certain things in school that maybe are not exactly what we do out here in the real
Right.
world, right? There's a very large learning curve once you get out
Hmm.
of the education part of it. And I think the change between commercial and residential, which I'm not sure if you guys do both, is commercial is focused on a lot
Hmm.
in school. And then transitioning that to residential, there's a lot more emotion,
Hmm.
like you had with your clients,
Right.
and being able to have that confidence to stand up and know that you're right
Hmm.
and that whatever it is that you're selling an accurate product. You know, you're
Right.
not blowing any smoke or anything like that. Is just super important.
Right.
So with the students and everybody that's listening, what would you do you have some advice to help them build their confidence? Like, is it good to take a certain class? Maybe they haven't gotten out of school yet and
Hmm.
there's an offering in school,
Yeah.
whether it's communications or whatever. Is there something you would kind of steer them toward that might help out with that?
So that's a good question. I think my confidence came from just the continual learning and developing, like almost over time, but I can't say there was one specific class.
Right.
It was more just actually a lot of what it was. Participating in group projects and speaking to peers, speaking to doing like project presentations, though just the repetition of knowing it so well that you know it from heart
Right.
rather than just trying to memorize it. I think that that's really what the confidence is spurred from in me is knowing it, not just trying to memorize it.
And that
Does that
makes
make sense?
sense from you're feeling it. This is
Mhm.
it's a creative field.
Right,
We're not just looking at a surface level and memorizing what the book is saying
right.
to get to the test at the
Mhm.
end and get that passing grade. You
Yeah,
have to feel and be passionate about whatever it is that you're trying to sell
right,
because that's what we do.
and what's funny is the what goes with that is also the analytic to say the numbers are the numbers are the numbers.
Mhm.
We tell clients whenever we go into their house that we talk about money like we talk about paint on a wall.
Yep.
It's $5, 500, 5,000, 500,000. Just like, are you going with this Sherwin-Williams color or this
Yeah.
one? It takes the emotion is for the product, not the price tag.
Yeah.
And I think that is another step in my confidence development is to take my emotions out of the finances because who am I to say what people should and shouldn't spend?
Absolutely.
My job is to know my product, have confidence in it, and to present them with with a um, what's the word? not adequate, but accurate. There we go. Wow, that was a funny word to forget. Um, to present them with an accurate bid that
Yeah,
you know, and at that point, it's just numbers,
it is just numbers.
and that's also a big confidence builder. To you're not hiding anything at that point.
Well, and that just goes right into what I was going to ask next because you've dealt with a lot of students through
Hmm.
NKBA and probably now with the school and all these different situations. Um, Advice on, we talked about building the confidence. I think maybe what is the one thing that you've noticed or seen as common,
Hmm.
as sort of a downfall as they're coming out of school and they're entering into the industry for the first time? Maybe they're going to their first NKBA meeting
Hmm.
or ASID. What do you see is a common mistake that they're making?
Seeing people as a means to an end, not as people themselves.
Interesting.
And this is something that I believe and I speak on, and it's really my passion cry of work in this industry is that people are there to walk beside, not drag behind. Either you dragging behind somebody else or trying to drag someone behind you.
Yes,
Um, Too many people, both young and old, go to networking meetings just to try to get something out of somebody.
absolutely.
What is the quickest way that I can get into your wallet? And I don't like that. I don't think that this industry should be about that. It
Agreed.
should be about serving the end client and making a comfortable life for us. I'm not saying don't make money.
Right.
I'm saying make an appropriate amount of money for the work that you're doing and feel pride in that.
Be fair.
Be fair and do it with people to where you're all around the same table. You're all working toward the same goal and doing it. I often say that collaboration and competition are two sides of the same coin.
Yep.
You get to decide which side the coin lands on, and I'll choose collaboration every day of the week.
Every day, absolutely, and there's enough for everybody to do,
There is.
no matter what level you're coming in at.
Yeah.
I really feel that if you walk into a room and you are looking at the person as to
Mhm.
what you can get out of it, you're really not going to get anything
No,
at all.
and
But if
people can
you,
feel it.
oh, they totally know,
People can feel it.
especially those of us that have been out here. I
Yeah.
mean, we see it a
For
mile away
for students,
as
they
they're
call it
walking up. We see
the
it,
ick.
the
The
ick.
ick.
But I think if you walk up to somebody, I know this. If you walk up to somebody and you're offering, "What can I do for you?"
Mhm.
Like legit, "How can I help you?" And I know that at some point you're gonna turn around and you're gonna help me, but I'm
Right.
not gonna ask for help from the beginning.
Yeah. I also love asking, "Can you tell me about your business?"
Mm,
Because they may not know what you can give. You may not know what you can give. But if you just see somebody as interesting,
mhm.
like, let me learn about you. Like, how do you do that?
Right.
I have this troubled client. Like, how would you approach that? I think that you get more out of those conversations than
Yes.
you do, how can we work
Yeah,
together?
invaluable advice to get you
Completely.
through some of those hurdles that are
Right.
they're gonna come up. They come up for
Right.
everybody. We honestly, and I think everybody agrees, we don't encourage you to just exit school and start your own business. You really need to go out there and get some experience
Hmm.
in a industry, pull all those things together in your back pocket and then build your career off of that. So, from both a business owner and then I think specifically kitchen and bath,
Hmm.
because that's kind of where you started.
Right.
Um, what would be some key takeaways for these students if they come out? Maybe where's their first place they need to go to meet somebody?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll always recommend as well. Pe- Find a job,
Mhm.
learn the business, get through those bumps with some help from a leader before you go out on your own. People certainly can and have had success going out on their own, but there's often more challenges that they face, and it is a harder, rougher road
It is a hard road.
than if you were to work for somebody for a little bit. Um, and That was a segue. Ask your question again.
Well, just a direction for them to take or some sort of I
Yeah,
often think,
what's like the first place that they
yeah,
should
and
go?
when they're there, maybe it's not where they really thought they were going to be, but
Hmm.
they got a job, which we
Yeah,
all want everybody just to snag a job and get some experience.
right.
And maybe while they're there, there's a red flag that says, okay, this really isn't me. Or like in your case, you had no idea that's where you were
Mhm.
heading. And it's like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Right. Yeah, I think it's good to The cliche question is, where do you want to be in 5 years?
Mm.
And I think it's one of the best questions that you can ask because if you want to work in appliances, again, let's stick
Yeah.
to the kitchen bath space. If you find appliances just fascinating, go try to get a job at a appliance showroom because you will either find that you thrive in it
Yeah.
or that you didn't like it as much as you thought. And so then it's this opportunity, it's this low barrier of entry way to learn about yourself to either confirm what you think your
Mhm.
5 year plan is or to realize that you thought you were going one direction, but you actually would not want the destination that it provides. And so there is this opportunity to say, here's where I think I want to go
Mhm.
and to take steps and to hold I mean, the other cliche is to hold everything open-handed. To do that to say, I thought that I was gonna do agriculture and ended up
Right.
if I held on to agriculture so tightly, I would have missed this beautiful opportunity that has led to years and years and years of joy in my job. And I think that's where I would say, take steps, but don't be afraid to change course.
Absolutely. And you're meeting people along the way.
You are.
And what I've found over the many, many years is that people rotate not really in and out of our industry, but around our industry.
Yes.
Exactly what you're talking about. And the journeys are, they're very winding.
Mhm.
And somebody may start out in appliances and they end up over here in stone because they realize they love stone.
Right.
And at some point, they end up back into the appliances because there's this new brand or whatever.
Mhm.
So it very much is, they're just circles and loops around the industry, but you still get to stay in the industry. You're with
And
the same people that you love,
right.
you know.
And it's another reason that I like the question, "Tell me about your business,"
Mm.
because you may especially as a young person, you may hear something out of somebody's business that you lock onto to say, "That's what I've been looking for.
Yeah.
That's what I want," or, "That sounds absolutely miserable." Like, you get to learn more about what you want by talking to other people about what they have.
And in your business specifically, I think do you have 5 on staff? Do I have that
We,
number right?
it kind of fluctuates
Yeah.
between with how busy we are because we have a lot of, like, temp workers.
Okay.
In the office, we have 5,
Okay.
and then in the field, we have anywhere from 3 to 5, and then we have a couple of part-time support
Okay.
and an
And
as-needed
when we're
basis.
talking about the industry,
Mhm,
and we know your role is designer, you're
mhm.
also part of the sales team
Yep.
there. And then for people that are listening, watching, what are some of the other roles that have nothing to do with design, but you
Yep.
get to be in the industry
Mhm.
amongst these people?
So I would say sales is my number 1 role, design is my 2nd. Um we were trying to build a website and the person was failing.
So fun.
And so there was a season that I did my
You
normal
are a
8
webmaster.
to 5. I learned how to we built an
Oh,
awesome website and,
same.
yeah, so that was fun. Um, marketing, I love marketing. And then, of course, if our project managers need help in the field, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Um, I do that quite often.
And some of your trades under your company?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
So there's
so
all of
I'm
that
I'm
as
I'm a
well.
cabinet helper,
Yeah.
I'm a tile man some days, an electrician rarely, but
Haul
yeah,
some
you
things around
never
here and
do.
there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, truck is an invaluable tool in my
So
pocket.
many hats. I meet people, and now we're from Texas,
Mhm.
but I meet people that don't have a truck in their household. I'm
Sure.
like, I just don't know how you do it. There's just too much hauling that goes on.
Right. Yeah, especially in this industry.
Yeah,
You never know when you're gonna have tile in the back of your pickup.
definitely.
Right.
So you are part of NARI and
Mhm,
NKBA. As a student or emerging professional, I know that I'm more familiar with ASID and IDS.
mhm,
But as far as them coming out and being able to find information
mhm.
or attend a meeting, does it cost them anything? Can they attend a certain number before they're expected to join?
Yeah. So, I know more about NKBA because that's
Yeah.
what I was president of than NARI, though I think that this statement applies to both. Students get free membership. I am positive for NKBA because the Sub-Zero Wolf Group.
Yes.
does a national sponsorship for students
Oh,
that
that's
allow.
phenomenal.
It's I love it.
Okay,
So
everybody should be a part of that.
yeah, so thankful to them for
Even
it.
if you're not thinking your focus is kitchen and bath,
Mhm,
the networking, because
correct.
all of these people, I'm part of 4 organizations. They're
Mhm,
all at the different
right.
organizations.
You
So
see the same people.
yeah,
Yeah.
such
And
a great
that's
team.
really where the friends come in.
That's right.
Um, once you're out of school, I think that they give you a couple years of grace
Okay.
period. And then again, for the NKBA, if you join a company that has a national membership,
Yeah,
then you automatically get membership.
you're part of it.
And so I always will recommend people go to the events because being a member is not enough.
Mm-mm.
Being an active member is a minimum requirement of networking
Yeah, we talk
and
about it
growing
a
your
lot. You
business.
have to be present.
Yes,
You
you do.
can't just sign up for
Yes,
things.
you do.
Yeah, you have to be there, and it makes such a difference. I think because we are just such a social
Mhm.
industry,
Yes, we are.
um, that's I think a lot of the reason why people want to be a part of it and just don't know what all the different aspects are because it
Right.
is social. And
Mhm.
we don't play golf.
Right.
There's some industries that play golf. We like to get
Once a year.
together. Yeah.
Once a year. And the NARI golf tournament,
Or
that's
now
it.
what is the latest craze is going out and shooting clays.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
done that with several different
That's fun.
vendors and it's super
We had a
fun.
pickleball event last year.
Oh, that's getting
The
hot.
okay, so, no, it was an indoor, and it was really funny because there were some real young gals, like 20s, 30s, and they came in their full professional attire, not
Oh,
not just like what you're in today,
oh, to play pickleball?
to play pickleball. They took their heels off,
Oh,
and
nice.
they were playing pickleball barefoot because they wanted to get in all the action. It made me so happy.
And now everybody remembers them.
Play, yeah, play.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Yeah, showing up is really important. We do
Yeah.
talk about how busy school is, but if you can participate, show up, let people meet you, know
Mhm.
you, and make those
Yeah,
connections that you're going to be just fine when you get out of school.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for your time
Yeah,
today. This was a great conversation. We will definitely include your information into the links for the
thank you.
podcast for the
Yeah,
company, and then NKBA and NARI. I think that's
perfect.
important to put
I
in there.
agree. Yeah.
All right,
All right.
fantastic.